Hey guys, it's Ben. It's Monday. It is raining cats and dogs right now. I have no idea if this is related to the hurricane or not. I hope not. Thoughts and prayers for everybody in the path of the current hurricane. Believe me, being from New Orleans, I know what that kind of stress is like. Outlaw Nights is coming to Indiegogo on September 24th. Be sure to keep your eyes out for that one. Once again, I'm starting a video after having, satiated my morbid curiosities of internet drama. Really disgusting crap going on in the independent gaming world. Luckily, I've never had any real interest in playing independent games. It's one of those things where it's like once you've kind of had the premium video games, the ones where they really knocked it out the park. Anything less kind of just falls short for my dopamine. But yeah, I don't want to get into the heavy shit about all that drama. Best thing I can say is if you see something that looks indie developed, if you see something that looks kind of cheap in quality and the game description sounds like something you heard in a lecture at a university, just don't get it. I wouldn't get it. I think a lot of YouTube commentators are very generous about the whole separating the art from the artist thing. I agree with it, but I feel like there's a point where, if you really want somebody to get the message, constantly filling their coffers doesn't exactly do that. Good news. As you all are most likely aware, some of you aren't, we got about 10 hours until Final Fantasy VIII Remaster is live and ready to play. That got me, oof. That brought back a lot of awesome feelings from when I was younger. I love seeing people on Twitter, particularly, naming off their favorite characters and talking about their favorite scenes. That's incredible, because I remember, it just takes me back to when I was younger as a kid. I was part of the nerd crowd. I was not popular in the slightest. And me and my best bud, we used to hang out at his house and just we would play through the game, and I love how we were very obsessive compulsive about the way we played Final Fantasy. My buddy always had to have his inventory perfectly arranged, and he always had to have. He's like, no, I got to be at this level by the time I get to this part of the game. I got to be at this level by the time I get to this part of the game. He's like, nothing, It was just, teaching you hard work by not doing any work. But that is gonna be great when it launches live. I got the PS4 theme going on. I will say, as much as I love to think that I'm above it all when it comes to marketing strategies, when it comes to nostalgia marketing strategies, those usually, even for properties that I know will probably not be as good as the original, I try my damnedest to give it the benefit of the doubt before I play it. Lord, I think I just sidetracked for a second there, kind of. But you know, like seeing the remaster and all that, playing off of the nostalgia train, they got me. You know, they got me. But I mean, the biggest reason they got me was because they really didn't change much of anything. They just upped the graphics quality, which with a game like Final Fantasy VIII and all, that's really kind of all you need. Although it would be nice to hear some voice actors play the characters, but you know, I'm kind of in the minority on this, where you know, I used to do some acting and stuff, and I used to get into acting, and so weak performances tend to kind of nag me. That's a big reason why I love mocking Disney Channel. Nobody can act, or the few people who can act, they're not given any material to really explore their range. Lost my train of thought for a second there. Yeah. That sucks. Final Fantasy VIII. That's what I was talking about. And I was talking about nostalgia and blah, blah, blah. Don't you love it when that happens? It's gonna be, you know, so Final Fantasy VIII is gonna be a safe bet. It's gonna be a safe bet. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I was talking about the voice actors. When it comes to dub of any kind for English, for the most part, you get weak performances. The only real exception to like something dubbed from Japanese into English that I really thought like, okay, I prefer the English to the Japanese, was Dragon Ball. And that was up until recently, until I learned that Sean Schimmel is just such a piece of crap in real life. I mean, my God. How do you play a character like Goku, who's just so pure and so good, and you're just the biggest horse's ass in real life? Like, anyway. So, it's probably a good thing that games like Final Fantasies 8 and 9 and all won't really get a dub over. The dub for Final Fantasy X was really good, I'll say that. But I think that's because for Final Fantasy X, they actually got a lot of veteran voice actors who do this stuff. The voice acting in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children was horrendous. It was awful. The guy they got to play Cloud's voice, who people are currently... they're currently doing a petition to try to get him back as Cloud. I'm one of the few people who's like, do not. He sounded like, his voice quality sounded like it would match Cloud great, but his range and the way he portrayed the character, it was so monochrome. It was so, you know, like that's when you got all those idiots on the internet making jokes about, yeah, Cloud's an emo kid, you know. It was like, because they wrote him that way in Advent Children, and then to top it off, we had that guy doing his, you know, I'm depressed, blah, 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 you know, crap. I think the guy they got doing the voice right now in the trailers is perfect. I loved it. I liked the way, the energy he's giving off as Cloud. That guy's perfect. Whoever's playing Tifa sounds perfect, way better than the last lady. It might even be the last lady. I don't even know, really, but I just know that the last lady, she was very Johnny One Note. Same with Cloud. It was like, you know, we got the same kind of, like, every line is kind of delivered almost exactly the same. I like the new people. I want the new people. So anyway, some Monday thoughts of Ben's for you to mull on. I avoided the more negative aspects, just because I know everybody talks about them. Everybody, you know, almost talks about them too much. Best thing to do is to just keep on keeping on, look for the positives, and, you know, just trust that things are going to get better. And also remember the fact that, you know, just step away from the computer for a while and you realize it's not everything it seems to be. Social media and the internet makes everything look 20 times worse than it actually is. But, you know, still. Anyway, Outlaw Nights is going to be coming to Indiegogo on September 24th. We've got about 22 days until launch. I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. So, get on this bandwagon, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.